Welcome back to another one of my YouTube videos where I share with you just how I grow orchids in Jamaica. Well, I know you enjoy when I go on my doctor's visit, and today is no different. You would never imagine where I am, I am all the way in Alligator Pond, Manchester. Let me tell you something. This home has such a lovely garden. It is a small garden, so it really shows you just how you can utilize your space and just make it nice and attractive. And so if you come along with me, you will see exactly what is happening in this garden. So I am in Alligator Pond, as I did mention. I am visiting Wilson's Orchids and more. And I am going to be showing you exactly what is taking place here. But before we even go through the gate, let me show you what is happening here. You see this sign? It says, beware of bad dogs. So of course, when we have our kids, we have to make sure we protect them. So this is a warning. So come along with me and you'll be witness to see if the dogs them going to attack me today, because I was warned. So we are visiting Wilson's Orchids and more. And I'm going to start here. It's in a little community close to Lakey Orchid. And I tell you, this person, she is just so tasty, and the quality of her orchids, they are just so beautiful. And if you realize what the sign says, it says orchids and more. There are a number of other plants, so let us zero in on some of the plants that are here. And let me just tell you something, she sells them too, If you have seen anything that you are actually interested in, then of course you can always call her, and I'm sure she'll be willing to assist you. So this right here is a mango tree. Let me see if I can zoom out and you see the size of the mango tree. Because in this area, they have a lot of mangoes and coconut trees. So she basically utilizes all of these areas to grow her orchids and her other plants, because there's also one thing to note. This area is a warm area because it is at sea level, and so it's really warm, and therefore she has to utilize all of the shaded areas so that her plants can grow nice and bountiful. And nobody asks if them not bountiful, because when I look at this trichocentrum on the tree, look at the roots. They are just all over the place. Oh my Lord, look at that. Look at that. This is actually a fern root. On this fern root, there are a number of oncidium orchids. The fern root is planted into a pot, and then the other plants are actually mounted on it. And not much is happening, but of course, there is actually one plant blooming right here. All right, so this is what is blooming on this oncidium mount at this time. Isn't this beautiful? Wow, very beautiful. So let us continue. I tell you, she is just an innovative soul. Are you seeing what I'm seeing here? This is actually one of our very own Brassavola. But of note, she made the wooden basket that the plant is in. She actually made them herself. Look at that. Let us explore some more. Right here, there is this little driftwood that she actually painted with some air plant on it, some Tillandsia, right? And that just tells you or shows you how creative she can get. All right, let us look behind here. These are her Phalaenopsis orchids, and she actually have them growing under the mango tree as well. And they are actually hung. This is actually in a wooden basket, which is again made by her, and she would put her medium in with some coconut husk. Look at this. Just look at this. These are some pots that are made from coconut husk. And of course, again, guys, she make them, you know. And I am sure if you want them to buy, she will sell you them as well. And this is what she mount or plant this Phalaenopsis orchid in. And just look at how well it is doing. It is really loving it. Oh Lord, yes. If it's dying, just mount it. And look.
This one, so he mounts everything. This one that you came with, this is the one, the white.
Oh.
You have, see your feature yours the other day and something you had crown rot.
Yes, so you
send out. The farm's doing well out here though.
Yes,
yeah,
and
so
they love the basket.
This one is spiking.
I'm really going to try the concept with the basket.
Nice man.
Yeah. And they're hefty. Oh, look at this. No medium, just in the pot. And look how well it is doing. Loving it. So we don't have a lot of blooms now from the Phalaenopsis orchids. But, you know, eventually they will be blooming. So these are some baby plants, some seedlings that she would have recently purchased and have them here, trying to get them to become established. In this area, the Broughtonia orchids, because of the heat, they do very, very well. And just look at this, simper. And all she does, she basically have it, it's mounted on a piece of stump, and she just hang it up in her mango tree. And just look at how glorious it is. Let me show you this other one that is planted into her coconut husk pot. Okay, another beauty. So just look at this. This is one of our native Brassivola, and it's just placed there and just doing its thing. Similar to just being in its natural environment.
This, look at it from my birthday.
The stump?
Yes, my husband take it from out the keys for me.
Wow.
I know me love these stuff. I find this Brassivola around on the coast road. Bring it and just put it down on it and look at that.
Yes. Such a beautiful
full
concept.
Spikes too, you know, look, it's full of spikes all over.
It's a lovely piece. Let's explore some more. So this area, I see she trying a thing here with the pot actually upside down, and it is working. It is actually working. Look how healthy these anosmum are. Wow. Wow. So it's here and it's potted, but the pot is actually upside down. Okay. So this slab has on some Tulumnia orchids that are mounted on it. So can you imagine what this is going to look like in a little while when it becomes established? Oh my God, it's gonna be a sight to behold. So this is a Tulumnia corner, and I just can't wait for this corner to become established. Look at this one. Look at the amount of flowers on this one. It's a Prostetia fragrance. Look at that. And this too we find here in the wild in Jamaica. Look at the amount of flower on it. Oh my Lord, it is just such a beauty. Such a beautiful one. All right, guess what? Look what is happening here. Listen to me, man. She is the Dendrobium orchid whisperer. Look at the amount of flower on this pot. I need to get closer. I have to get closer to this one. So this is actually in what looks like a 10-inch pot. And let me tell you something. It is just putting on this splendid show. It has on 8 spikes. Let me see if I can find an ID. So I'm not seeing the ID of this one. Well, just let me zero in on the flowers and just show you how beautiful this is. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that she is the Dendrobium orchid whisperer. Huh? Look at the amount of spikes, guys. Isn't this a beauty? Oh my Lord. So beautiful. So beautiful. Oh Lord, yes. And right here on the edge of her veranda, there is this Cattleya orchid. And it's in a clay pot. And it looks like one of the Mackay. It does look like one of the Mackay. And it is in its glory, guys. It is putting on such a splendid show. Just look at that. So in this area, there are other plants as well. This is another one of Hamlin's Cross. This is actually the Hamlin's Talawa. So I guess this one, it liquor, but it Talawa. Just look at that. Liquor, but it Talawa. So, the Hamlin Talawa. And some other plants that are here. Some beautiful, beautiful plant. This is actually a dish garden. And it is also beautiful. Alright, so we are overlooking an orchid bed that is below us. And in a bit we are gonna zero in and get a little closer. Let me show you exactly how she does this pot. Look at this. She basically used a coconut husk and then used the zip tie to hold them together to make a nice, lovely pot. And the orchids seem to love it. Yes. But you see, another thing, you know, in her area, her area is a very hot area. And because her area is so hot, then the plants will really do very well in this pot. Yeah. We not start seeing anything yet, you know. We not start seeing nothing yet. Let us zero in on what is happening here. So this is her bed that she has on the outside here. This is actually an orchid bed with a mixture of orchids, a mixture of plants. So this is such a lovely Dendrobium. So it's in a 12-inch pot. And just look at the cane, how the canes are just so huge. And it is tall and it sent out this lovely inflorescence. And just look at the beauty that it exudes right here. Oh Lord, such a beauty. So there are other Dendrobium orchids right here. Some of them are not in bloom, but the ones that are in bloom, I tell you, they are just big, they are just hefty and just awesome. Look at this one. This one is one of the king dragon. Oh my God, it's one of the king dragon, and it is just awesome, awesome, awesome. You know what I realized? The Dendrobium orchids really like to be outside. As long as they get the opportunity to dry out, they do very well outside. So what I personally do with mine, I'm making an area, or I'm fixing up an area with my Dendrobium orchids. And what I'm actually doing is placing them into clay pots so that they dry out very quickly. Look at this white. Let me see, I am seeing an ID. So it is a super Bury white crossed with the Doreen or Dorian. Look how big it is. Just look how large this one is. Oh my Lord. All right, so there are other plants in this area. I'm seeing roses, and this is a rambling rose doing its thing. Look at this one. This one is just so awesome. Oh my Lord, this is a beautiful splash. And of course, other plants are incorporated, such as bromeliads. And I'm seeing some macora. Look at this macora totem with this large one at the top. Oh, look at that. Looks like the dinosaur. Oh my Lord, such a beauty. Such a beauty. Oh. I tell you, whatever she's doing, she needs to tell us the secret. Believe me, because she is doing such an awesome job. Wow. Oh my Lord. Oh, look at this. This is so huge. And if you notice here, she's actually using a 2-inch PVC pipe to stake the plant because it is so large. So this is looking at this bed from another angle. And we're still not finished yet, guys. Listen to me, man. Let me zero in on this one from another angle. Just show you how this is just so beautiful. Such a beautiful one. So, you think we're done? We're not done yet. Wilson's Orchids and more just are going with all kind of things down here. You know, just look at this one. This is one of our native Brotonia. This is actually the Nigralensis. Look at the amount of spikes on this one. Oh my God, whatever she's doing, she just needs to tell me the secret, you know, because I just don't know, them just don't do that well with me. Ah, my Lord, look at that. Here's another. This is a sanguinea. And these, we find them here in the wild. Look at this concept. Again, this is her Dendrobium orchids, which she actually pots in one of those coconut baskets. And just look how awesome this is. It is loving the pot. Another one here. And listen, man, this pot just provides this sort of rustic, natural look. Ah, look at this. Wow. I think this is a pink rabbit. Just awesome, just awesome, just awesome. And all she does, she pot them into these coconut pots that she makes with her own hands and hang them. And they are loving it, loving it, loving it. I think I'm going to try a few. What do you think? I am going to try a few of them because this is just loving that idea and that concept. She is just so innovative, and she's basically using what she has at her disposal, and she is making it work. It is working, guys. It is working. Look. All right, so this is another area. This area where she sells from, these are her Vanda orchids, and they are of different sizes and different types. Wow, look at the roots. The roots, I tell you, when you look at the roots of your plant, it just tells you about the kind of keep and care. And these are healthy looking. And you notice you're not seeing a lot of green and stuff, the algal growth on them. And I think because the area is adequately ventilated and the plants get a chance to dry out in between watering. There isn't a lot of blooms here, but of course she sells. So if you see anything that you're interested in, of course you can give her a call. So these are just healthy, healthy, healthy. Look at this one. Oh my, and just look at the roots. This one is actually potted into one of these wire baskets that she makes. And look at the size of the plant. Look at the spike. Oh my Lord, this is a beauty. There are other plants here, different types, aglaonemia among others. I love this concept. Look at this. This is actually one of those mesh totem. We use this to actually mount. Well, what we have been doing of late is to actually put our Vanda and Makora orchids on them. But look what she did with it. She actually used it to mount her Tulumnia orchids. So they are actually still mounted on some wooden planks and stuff, but then she ties them on this. So of course, these will definitely put on a show, and a really lovely show when all of them are actually in bloom. I love this concept. She's really creative. Look at that. And she utilizes anything that is actually thrown out. So look at how she utilizes the fan cover right here. Wow. So here again, these again, she makes them and she uses them to actually cut her plants in. So you can see that these plants are grown with love, because from the pot to everything, she has her hand in it. Look at this one. This is such a beautiful one. Let me see if there's an ID. Oh, definitely. It's actually the Vanda Golden Doubloon. I can't call them name here, So let me just show you what it is, because them name here, whew, it's beautiful though. It's really a beautiful one. And of course, behind that, look at this other Vanda. The blooms are just so huge. Look at that. Let me see if I find the ID here. I'm not seeing the ID, but these plants are really healthy. Really, really healthy. The rooting systems are just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Look at her jewel orchid. Look at this. This is actually been soiled with some peanut trash around it. Oh my Lord, it is huge. It is huge. So this is another area, and in this area she has her succulent plants, and remember, they are for sale. So if you're interested, you can just give her a call. Wilson's Orchids and More. And of course, these are the more. These are definitely the more, guys. Beautiful, eh? Look at this one. Oh my Lord, this is beautiful. This is such a beauty. Now, these are the and more. Other plants. And of course, we brought some blessings. So the rain is actually coming down. It doesn't rain a lot down here, you know. But see, we are getting some rain. So I have to run out of the rain. So I'm at the end of another one of my Orchid and More garden tour. And I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, show me some love now by giving me a thumbs up. And so you never miss another one of my videos. If you haven't yet done so, please subscribe to my channel so that you never miss another one of my YouTube videos. And as we say in Jamaica, just follow back at me. This is the Orchid Duck, and I am showing you just how we grow orchids right here in Jamaica.